Now, while the People's Democratic Party, PDP, has asked the All Progressives Congress, APC, to abolish any thought of impeaching the governor, the Rivers State chapter of the Association of Local Government Areas of Nigeria, ALGON, has said that it is ready to back the call for the impeachment of Governor Siminalayi Fubara, accusing him of embezzling funds intended for the state's 23 local government areas. This morning, we're joined for a robust conversation by the spokesperson, APC Rivers State, Darlington Nwauju, and we'll also be joined by Honorable Pureh Kalango, convener of RG23 movement. Good morning, gentlemen. Thank you very much and welcome to the show.
Good morning to Nigerians.
Good morning. So I think we may be able to come to the conclusion that the peace deal was not so peaceful after all. I'll start with Honorable Kalango. How do you view the terms of the peace deal that was brokered by President Tinubu, particularly regarding the reappointment of commissioners and the restoration of the 25 lawmakers? Because this, of course, has been subject to argument as to the legality or otherwise of it.
Okay, thank you. Good morning, Nigerians, once again. On the issue of the President Tinubu intervening on this rivers crisis that has been stretched for over 6 months, as a group, we spoke to Rivers people about 3 weeks ago, and specifically to the governor. And we said, you cannot bring back those commissioners that are sabotaging you from within. And we urged the governor to sack them because we noticed that they were sabotaging him. This was not the intention of President Tinubu when he intervened on the 19th of December. President Tinubu thought was when they go back, they will reconcile as friends and family and work for the benefit of Rivers State. But what we got was different. These commissioners and former assembly members are loyal to one man. And Rivers State cannot continue this way. Rivers State is bigger than the ambition of one man in Abuja. And that's why we stood up as Rivers people and said no to this thing. And we are happy with what is going on now, because if you look at the situation in Rivers State, what the president did wasn't constitutional. It was a political solution to a problem in Rivers State. And the governor listened to the president based on the respect he has for him. But after that meeting on the 19th, what we saw in Rivers State was a direct opposite of what the president intended to achieve.
It seems that the network is giving us challenges with Honorable Kalango. But you have shared, of course, that what he's done is it's a political, not a constitutional arrangement. I had hoped that you come back to explain with us, or explain to us if, of course, you're admitting to the fact that the governor was involved in an act that was not constitutional. But I'll move over to Darlington and ask him the same question. What your thoughts are regarding the legality or otherwise of that action?
Well, I think that we have had a basket of challenges as a state flowing from the 2023 elections. And so these challenges we've not been able to come out from, or we've not been able to get ourselves off these challenges. It's a pity that we still need to be discussing politics of Rivers State even after the elections. Several other states have moved on with governance, with development, very rapid development. If you look at what is happening in Akwa Ibom, look at what is happening in Lagos and several other states. I feel so embarrassed, I feel so ashamed as a stakeholder in the Rivers project to be running around in circles discussing politics every now and again. Now, going back to the issues that we have had in the state, I want to say that Mr. President's intervention was as the father of the nation, ask that everybody should go back to work. Everybody should maintain status quo ante, as it were, and to allow for governance to take place in the state, to allow for development. Do not forget that Rivers State is so important to the economy of the nation, and that whatever happens to the state will trigger a very, it will cascade to affect the economy of the country. Because, of course, the state is the oil capital of Nigeria. And so we have to be careful in the management of the issues surrounding our state. Now, recall that the governor's comments when a delegation from Bayelsa State came calling. Now, I think that people are trying to mischievously misinterpret or bring in unnecessary connotations that we find the embers of tribal and ethnic sentiments to what the governor had said. For me, I think that at this point in time, that any and every patriotic Rivers son, Rivers man or woman should be interested in the development of Rivers State. Because the state has suffered so much. And to talk about what is happening in the State Assembly, you see the confusion about the leadership of the House of Assembly in Rivers State. Because on the 11th of December, when members of the Assembly led by Martin Amaewhule defected to the APC, that led to an action on the 12th of December when Justice Monima Danagogo recognized Edison Ehie as Speaker of the Rivers State House of Assembly. And Edison Ehie went ahead to declare vacant the seats, the 25 seats or 27 seats of those lawmakers who defected to the APC. And then on the 13th of December, the governor of the state made presentation of the budget, 2024 budget, to the assembly led by Ehie. And in January, 22nd of January precisely, Justice Omotosho nullified the budget presentation, recognizing Martin Amaewhule again. So in Rivers State as we speak, we have a potpourri of court issues that are yet unresolved.
All right, Mr. Nwauju, kind of hold on. Yeah. Kind of hold on, because yes, we're working with time here. We have limited time for this conversation. I want your thoughts on, I mean, you started by saying that it's heartbreaking seeing how things have turned out in Rivers State. You know, everyone's talking governance in other parts of the country. Rivers is still playing politics. Why do you think that is? And, you know, share your thoughts on the involvement of the FCT minister in all of this drama that has happened in Rivers State. And do the APC members in Rivers State, you know, maybe believe that Nyesom Wike, if, of course, he is directly involved, should allow Fubara to govern his state?
Thank you very much. The issue of the FCT minister being directly involved in the crisis in Rivers State is something that is known to even a child. He made a particular proclamation or statement, I think that was in December, during a Thanksgiving. The FCT minister was very clear. He said he will make the governor suffer, that he might not win this battle, but that he will make the governor suffer. And when he made that comment, most of us came out and said, are we in a lawless society? Why would somebody make this kind of threat on a sitting governor or government? And what we are seeing is a drama that has been orchestrated by this same bar. These people, the assembly, the chairman, and all those people are loyal to the FCT minister. There's no problem about that. But if a government comes in, my thought is this: Fubara, Governor Fubara is your son, political son, in quote. People have a disagreement, no problem. You can wait till 2027. That's not too far. And when the entire, it's really hurting, like what my brother Darlington Nwauju said, that up till date, Rivers State is still playing politics, while others are doing governance. And that's why, if you look at it, we are calling on the president to intervene.
Yeah, you know, but I mean,
this whole problem is about the soul of Rivers State, nothing else.
I agree, you know, but we've had this presidential intervention, you know, before, you know, it obviously didn't work, you know, because, you know, there's obviously a lot of illegalities. Mr. Nwauju, I want your thoughts again. The involvement of Nyesom Wike, what would you be saying to him this morning if you had, a one-on-one with the FCT minister?
I tell you this, if I had a one-on-one with him, first of all, he would not even acquiesce to my suggestions, because my stance concerning the politics of Rivers State and the style of governance, even when he was governor, everybody in Rivers State knows my stance about his style of politics that is unacceptable to me as a moral agent in the society. And so I will say that, first of all, it is my concern, like I've said before, is about governance of Rivers State, the management of the resources that God has blessed us with. The fact that Rivers State is a state that is so rich, but yet so poor. Why is it that at this point in time, Rivers State is still borrowing? And so it left so much to be desired. I will say to him, please, you have finished your time in office. You have done 8 years. Allow the person who you impose on the people of Rivers State to do his time. And when it gets to 2027, you can talk politics. Anybody can decide to support whoever they like. But for now, the man has the constitutional mandate to govern the state. And so I do not see any reason why anybody should stoke or fan the embers of war and destruction in order to plunge the state into unnecessary crisis. This is the marketing Rivers State. Which right-thinking investor can come into Rivers State to put his or her money? Which investor will do that? Given the very toxic climate of the state.
Yeah, we've had that.
I think we should bring in Honorable Kalango and talk about what the next steps are. Do you see possible, there are calls for impeachment. So if Governor Fubara were to be impeached, what would be the basis for the impeachment? Do you even see this impeachment pulling through?
And for us here, we believe the impeachment threat by, I won't call him the caretaker chairman of the APC, because for us, we know Darlington Nwauju and them are still in court, so Tony Okocha is neither here or there. But the call by Tony Okocha to the assembly to impeach Governor Siminalayi Fubara is non-existent. You cannot put something on nothing. As long as we are concerned, Section 109, subsection 1G is clear on this issue. The assembly under Right Honorable Martin Amaewhule does not exist. They stopped existing December 11th, 2023. So the issue of Martin Amaewhule and his friends impeaching Governor Fubara is non-existent. It is not possible because they don't exist. The political solution that the governor tried to wage in, which I wasn't even in support of it, cannot stand. So why we are celebrating, why we are happy today is that Rivers State can now move with the emergence of Right Honorable Oko-Jumbo as the speaker. That is the only recognized speaker that we have. The other 25, we are calling on INEC at this period to execute action and conduct fresh elections. Nigeria is not a banana republic. The sections are clear. Once you decamp on another party, when there's no faction, you lose your seat automatically. And I'm using this medium to call on the judiciary. We cannot continue this whole crisis. If the judiciary had come up and made a clear stance on this issue, we will not be having this.
Honorable Kalango, I have a follow-up question.
I think we need a judicial reform
I have a follow-up question to you
on political issues.
I have a follow-up question, Honorable Kalango. And you have talked about how Section 109, subsection G of the Constitution has provided for what exactly should happen when a speaker vacates or an assembly member vacates his seat. Some would say that this is subject to the interpretation of the Constitution, of the courts, I beg your pardon, and that it is what it is when the court sort of interprets it. Now, flowing from all that has happened, are you in support of the fact that there is a new factional speaker that has emerged in Rivers State? What's your take on this? Do you think that this is also, like you've been talking about, constitutional?
I think for us in Rivers State, yesterday marked a new beginning for Rivers people. Rivers State cannot continue in this pit or hole that we found ourselves. So the emergence of Right Honorable Oko-Jumbo to so many Rivers people brought celebration. The emergence of this young man and the other two that are with him, I'm sure for us, it will make the governor begin to implement his plans for Rivers people. So I'm 100% in support of Oko-Jumbo as the new Speaker of Rivers State House of Assembly, so we can move forward. We cannot continue to look at or to listen to people that don't exist. I'm insisting, for example, the law says the governor will stay for 4 years. You don't need to go to court for the governor to leave at the end of his tenure, maybe May 29, 2027, except he gets re-elected. Yes. So let Nigerians, let's go start playing over issues that are explicit in the Constitution. The Constitution made it clear, once you decamp, you leave. We have Supreme Court cases that have attended to issues like this. And that's what politicians, most times, that's what they capitalize on. They know the truth, but they'll keep moving from one court to the other, injunction here, order of court, different names, just to buy time. Okay. Martin Amaewhule and his friends no longer exist as assembly members.
Well, time will tell.
This is Nigeria.
Yeah, time will tell. I mean, because if we've seen how things have turned out since, November, December, it's been, 1 week, one trouble in River State. I wouldn't be surprised to wake up tomorrow morning and hear that there's a new speaker again. Darlington Nwauju, before we go on, can you confirm, your position? Are you with the APC in River State?
Of course, I'm a bona fide member of the All Progressive Congress. I've never changed the party since I joined the APC.
Okay. Is there many of your fellow APC members who are also very disappointed with the way things are going? Would you be taking steps to find some solution? And then also, what are your thoughts on the new speaker? Do you think he would also have an interesting run as Speaker of the River State House of Assembly? How do you think things will develop from today?
Well, I think I have very limited information concerning the circumstances surrounding the emergence of Oko-Jumbo. And so I will be speaking based on limited knowledge if I want to delve into that, because I only got that information very late last night. So I cannot even speak much about that.
Okay, well, time will tell, and of course we'll look forward to having you both again to, address these issues as things develop. We, of course, wish the people of River State the very best. And like you've said, I think everybody agrees, it's time for actual governance. Politics, should be put aside, at this point. And I hope that, calm heads prevail. Thanks very much to Darlington Nwauju for joining us this morning. And to Pureh Kalango, thanks also for joining us. We'll speak with you pretty soon.